Hello and welcome to this new episode of Continuum Gaming, and in this episode I'm going to have a look at 3 different games for Windows 10 Mobile again. Those games are going to be Drop the Number, Zombie Zone, Undead Survival or something like that, and Mice Invasic. My name is Gerald. As always, I've got a couple of different things with me, which are of course something like a Bluetooth mouse, this one in this case. I am using a Foldable keyboard, which is this one, and of course, as the main protagonist in this episode, there is a Lumia 950 XL, pretty old smartphone now, but still rocking very well for in Continuum games and stuff like that. And of course, what you already know, this smartphone is going to produce everything we are seeing here. It's connected by USB-C to the display dock, which is more or less a USB-C hub at the side here. And this hub is connected by HDMI to the TV. Nothing else is involved here. And yeah, so everything is going to be like that. We can, of course, use the mouse and other stuff to control this system. Just to let you know, most of the games I'm going to show you today, or probably all of them, don't support this kind of mode, so the Continuum mode in this case. There are a couple of other videos on my channel where I really give you a lot of different games for that kind of scenario. But in this episode, I'm just going to show you games which are going to be played on the mirror mode. The mirror mode is more or less what you know from Android or whatever, where you just can see everything on your screen, or the big screen, like on your smartphone. So in more or less this portrait mode, not the vertical mode. Doesn't always, or isn't always the case, depends on what we are going to see there and what the game is going to do, because of course the game can just switch around by 90 degrees and show it like that too. But still, it's not an own interface like it's here, where you really have something like a start menu button and stuff like that, and so on and so forth. If you want to know more about all of this, please have a look at the corner up there. There are a couple of other videos where I'm going to show you more in depth how that is done, what Continuum is, and so on and so forth. But let's not talk too much and just go into the games. My first game is going to be Drop the Number, and for that I'm just going to go to my all apps list here. And I'm just going to search for stuff, and yeah, in this case, just drop, it's already there, Drop the Number. I'm going to just select that and turn around to play the game with you a little bit better. It is one of the few games which can be played in Continuum mode, so sorry, this one is probably going to work. If not, I will have to switch over to the mirror mode, but we will see what's going on here. I actually have to confess that I never played it in the Continuum mode, but only in the mirror mode. But we will see how it's performing and how to play this just now with how it's done here. So in the end, just press on the play button. You might have to watch some kind of a advertisement, as this seemed to indicate. We will see what's happening here. Sometimes they just don't have any kind of advertisement or whatever left, so you can just play it. On the other hand, just let's try it out. If we go to the mirror mode, you have to go to your smartphone, tip on the 3-button menu there, go to the display settings in there. Now you're going to go into the settings menu, and now you can just go to the advanced settings. If you click on that, there is that button to go to the mirror mode, Geräteinhalt spiegeln, that's more or less the mirror mode in German. And if we do that, then we might be able to play the game. We will see. So let's try that out. Same thing here, more or less. You can just use your mouse and keyboard in this mode too, it doesn't really matter. And I'm just going to click this, and as you can see, as this is more or less one of the games where it's already in this kind of portrait session anyway, I don't think we will have a bigger problem or anything here. And we will see what's going to happen. Yeah, and there we have it. We are in the game. As you can see, you have a couple of different things here. Boot items also means choose a boot item if you want to. I don't have to. I'm just going to click on Start in this case. And as you can see, we have some kind of a Tetris-like merge game. It's interesting. So he's going to tell you how to play this for now. And you just click on the part where you want it to drop to. and of course you can just slide it over, or maybe in this case I even can use my... No, I don't think so. So just click on the part where you want it to go, and like this the game is going to be played. Let's just go and play our first part. As you can see which is the next one. It's going to drop down for a couple of seconds because it's very slow at the start, and it's going to work like Tetris in the end. So if you want to put it somewhere else, put it here, and as you can see, if you match the numbers, then they are going to merge together. So it's some kind of a merge game with a Tetris game in it. If you merge something and there are those small little coins, more or less, you are getting more or less the money that was written there, and that's going to help you. And yeah, other than that, as you can see, we can now do something with it, whatever it means. Or you can just play the game, whatever you want to do. I'm not going to click... Do I? Come on, I'm going to click on this. Okay, let's play again. And now I'm just going to merge all the different things together here. As you can see, even if you get 2 or 3 of them in the direct neighborhood, more or less, of each other, they are going to merge together into the larger number then. And of course you have a lot of time to play this, more or less, so go on, press on that, and it's going to work exactly like you would expect this to work, I would say, because it's more or less going to be like Tetris with a merger. I don't know how to explain it better. So just play. It's all about the rank you are going to get here, so there's no real aim or something, I think at least. What you will have to do here is just make it in a way that the merging is going to work nicely, and it's a little bit more fun than playing just a merger game or something, because it's just going to work in a little bit of a more fashionable way, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, and this is more or less all I can tell you about this game. The game has some pretty annoying advertisement in there sometimes. So the first game you're going to play on the installation here is going to work without advertising. After that you might have to watch a couple of different things depending on what they're going to throw at you. But if you can cope with it, then that's pretty okay, and the game itself is pretty fine to play. Yeah. I'm not going to tell you much more about it. It's more or less going to work like Tetris. If you're going to hit this limit up there, then you're going to lose more or less. And of course you can always see which one is the next block you're going to find here. You can play it with the mouse, you can play it with your finger, with touch stuff, and just try to merge everything together. What is more or less a bad thing about the merger is that you can't explore much. So in the end, in some of the exploring or merger games, you're going to get more or less the kick of the game by just exploring what is the next item that is going to be there, or the next animal, or whatever. And this kind of fun is more or less limited in this game, because you just combine numbers together, and what should you be waiting for here? Maybe for different colors or something, but that's not really helping. If you don't know how to solve something, you can of course get those boosters here, use them to put it in, get more money from it, and so on and so forth. Whatever you want to try out here, just try it out. I think it's a fine game for what it is, and you can try it out and play it. Okay, so let's go back to our to the start screen here more or less, and see what's going on. I don't need this at the moment, because with that you can very easily jump to the Continuum mode again. But in our case we don't need this in this episode, because we're not going to use this anymore. So let's have a look at the next game in our mashup here. And the next game, give me a sec just to get rid of that part there. And then the next game is going to be Zombie Zone, or Zombie Zone. It's a pretty interesting 2.5D or something game we are going to play there. So let's see where it is. I have a couple of zombie games already. There it is. Zombie Zone Undead Survival is the name. And what you're going to play in this game is, first off, you should use your smartphone to do it. And the interesting part is that you're going to run from zombies. Or let's say zombies are going to go and try to catch you, and you have to get away from them. It's a pretty nice one in the case that if you're playing it, you're really going to have a little bit of a feeling like in Zombieland or whatever. There are a couple of different textures missing for some kind of reason. I'm not sure why. Maybe it wasn't meant to be played on the smartphone or whatever, and there's not enough RAM or something. But it's really nice to play, and you can just choose one of those options you want to use here. I'm going to go with this one, and the left one was that. And now you can play from different kinds of different levels or difficulty levels or whatever, and you get others that are going to be more or less made available for you if you reach different kinds of meters, because all the game does is more or less you're running and you need to run for a certain amount of meters to get stuff like this one or whatever. So let's use this, and I'm going to turn around. I'm not sure if I can show you everything. The USB-C cable is limited here, but so I'm just going to use this. As you can see, reach 500 meters is the mission of this game. It's the first mission here, or it's the second mission probably. I have played this before. And then you just click on that. It takes a little bit and it's a little bit demanding, but it's fine to be played. You can really go on and try it out. There's even a little bit of a small soundtrack in the background and stuff like that, so that's nice too. And you're really going to have to more or less navigate. So in the mid you could fire, but you're not going to. And at left and right you can jump around and do stuff. And as you can see, it's based on sprites and stuff like that. So you're going to use sprites in this game. And now if I press on the left part of the screen, I'm going to more or less go to the left a little bit. It's really just more or less trying to get out there. It's a really hard night to play and stuff like that. And if I go to the left, of course, I can run around, and right and try to avoid the obstacles and of course avoid the zombies. It's not really hard to do, at least at the start there, because the zombies are really not going to go after you but just straight ahead, and if you are not going to run into them really very, very straight in, then everything is fine. Don't do that, because then you're going to die. As you can see, there are going to be changes in the different world options or whatever you want to call that here. As you already can see, there are some kind of textures missing more or less, and we already got our 500 meters of this level. Now it's all about running around, trying to live as long as possible. Now I ran into the bushes and stuff like that. Some of the obstacles, for instance, don't harm you in any kind of way. You can just jump over them or do stuff with them. It's fine to do that. And that one got me. He's going to eat me. I died, but still we got the objective here and everything is fine. Firing, I don't know if firing is a thing in this game for the first levels or something, because in the end, if you shoot or press the shoot button, which is more or less half of the screen, so it's really in the middle of the screen, just press there and it should shoot, it doesn't react to me. I'm not sure if it should, or if I just have to run a little to get some kind of a weapon, because I didn't see anything, so maybe we have to just run around a little bit more. This is more or less a game. It's a pretty fun one if you really want to play a little bit of a zombie one. It's pretty realistically, at least in the way that the zombies are going to eat you and you can jump around and do stuff. It's 2.5D, it's not really 3D, I think, because there are sprites all over the place. And of course you're running through some kind of a close to 3D environment, but still it's probably 2.5D, but I really like it. Try it out. Okay, so let's go out of this one then too and have a look at our last contendants of this episode in this case. So I'm just going to close it down, go back to my start menu and go to the all apps list in this case. Just to let you know, it's very hot, and so performance might really suffer from that. in my room I have something like 30 degrees Celsius, meaning it's about, yeah, somewhere in the high 80s to 90 degrees Fahrenheit. It's very hot, and that might even, more or less get on the nerves of my smartphone here, especially if he's going to use the Continuum mode, for instance. That one will more or less need a lot of power for stuff like that, and of course 3D games or something like that might suffer that too. So if you really want to have the full performance, make sure that you have the AC running or whatever you are using. I'm in Germany, we don't have ACs in general in our homes here. It's at least not common to have them. You can of course, but it's very, very seldom or rarely that you're going to have them. I don't have one. And so I'm going to suffer through the few very hot days we have in the week or in the year. Okay, so my next one is Mice Invasion, and for Mice Invasion I'm just going to click on that now. It's a pretty nice game, I have to say. It's more or less about, it's a little bit of a fun one, of course, because in the end what we are going to do here is we are going to run with those little guys here. So we are the cats, and we are trying to get rid of the mice or the rats, I don't know what that should be, which are attacking us. So that's a pretty fun little setup there. What you can go with is a couple of different things here. So this is a menu, very, very crowded if you ask me, but it's fine. Go to this one, it's Möglichkeiten. Möglichkeiten is possibilities, not settings, but okay, it's options somehow. Maybe they thought about that. As you can see, you can give me the name, a name here. You can go with, would you like to mute the sound, the music, and which kind of more or less volume you want to have there. And you can switch different kinds of uniforms for the mice and stuff like that, but you would have to buy them first. So I'm not going to try that out. Other than that, there are a couple of other things here. Most of them are unimportant for us at the moment. All you need to know is we have levels and we have the survival mode, more or less. I'm going to play the level ones for first here in this case and show you what's going on. So just click on that button. As you can see, there are a lot of different levels available. Down below there are more, so 45 in this case. You will have a couple of hours to play this through probably. And as you can see here, the first level I already got, second 2, and we are going to start with this third one by why not? Doesn't really matter. Okay, so I'm going to turn around for this game. As you can see, you are down below there, and you can more or less fire on them. And I would highly recommend you to use, if you can at least, oh come on. Oh, maybe I should not use both of them. Seems to be a little bit bad for them. Yeah, okay, we are going to try that again. Just, this time I'm going to use my... Should I? I'm not sure. I'm going to use my smartphone in this case. Why not? So, in the end, what you already can see here, you can swipe around to get the different cats here to run from one side to the other. And if you more or less press on the buttons there, it's going to fire. And the next one, I'm going to just get rid of that. Now it should be fine. As you can see, pressing the button here or touching more or less is going to fire those kind of parts there. And if you're just going to swipe around, you are going to go to one of the sides here, and of course you try to get rid of the different mice which are attacking you. I'm not sure if that is a good thing. No? Okay. Doesn't really matter as it seems. So just try to get the different kinds of mice here killed. If you press on one of the sides, it's going to go to the sides, and the other way around, of course, too. And yeah, in the end you try to get rid of the different attackers here. Just going to try that, and of course try not to get hit too much. by the different kinds of attacks they are going to throw at you, because it's going to lose you more or less the life, of course, and if you did that often enough, you die, of course, and more importantly, it's going to be bad for you to it's going to be bad not only for your life but for your defensive options too. What you are going to get here is more or less, of course, a couple of different waves, and if you, like I did here, have a low level of life or got hit a couple of times, then you're going to get a smaller kind of mark in the end. So in the end, the grade I have here is only with 1 star now, the other ones were better, but it's more or less the whole game. You're going to try to defend yourself from those attacking mice, which are trying to get to you and trying to kill you. So that's more or less what we are talking about here. It's a pretty nice game. You're going to have a lot of different levels here to work with, and as you can see, you can just move around, try to get as many as possible. I'm not sure if there's any kind of better weaponry or something that you're going to get here. I'm not sure about that, if there is something, but it's surely going to be harder and harder because they have more of the... Oh, come on, go over there. Of the mice which are going to attack you here. And of course, like this, you will have to try and die again and again and again to get all the different levels here through. I would highly recommend you to try it out. It's a fun little game. It's sometimes a little bit bad to use in the way that it has not the greatest controls, but it's fine enough to play, and I would highly recommend you to play this game too. So, other than that, this is more or less the end of the episode. I hope you had fun with this episode. If you had, please give it a thumbs up, of course. If you didn't, the other button is there too. Other than that, thank you for watching, thank you for listening, have a great time, have a great day. If you didn't subscribe to the channel till now, do that now, and other than that, see you around, and bye. Bye!